So good morning, everybody. This is Vitali here at Red Barn Productions again, and here we are 1 week after the shootings in Waco, and we're still left with more questions than answers. But before we get into all that, I'm gonna put all my little disclaimers and stuff right here at the front because I don't intend to address this again in comments. Uh, First off, if you're just a troll coming over here to start trouble, you'll summarily be deleted and blocked. Don't even waste your time because there's nobody going to get to see you in all your glory and blah blah blah. I'm just going to delete you and block you and have done with it. If you are a race baiter and you're coming over here just to stir up trouble over the incidents in Baltimore and Ferguson, again, you'll be deleted and blocked because I'm just not going to waste any time on it. Uh, if you insist, then I'll gladly make a video uh, covering the rioting in Baltimore and Ferguson, and you probably won't like what I have to say about that either, I assure you. But we're not going to discuss it on this video. Uh, we're not going to discuss it in comments. Uh, there's been a whole lot of conspiracy theories abounding over the incident Waco. Everything from Jade Helm to a government takeover, uh, all the way down to aliens are invading. I don't subscribe to 99% of all that, but it does raise some valid questions, and we can discuss a little bit maybe in this video, but there will be another video specifically addressing Jade Helm here in the next few days, and when that video is up, I will put a link right here, and you can click on that link, and we'll go on over there, and we'll discuss it over there. Let's jump right off into the past week of local media, or actually mainstream media's coverage of the incident in Waco. For those of you who do not know, this gentleman right here, Jimmy Reeves, is the publicly acknowledged leader of the Texas Bandidos. By his own admission, he's a leader. Law enforcement agrees and has said in the press that he's the leader of the Bandidos, and the press has said that he's the leader of the Bandidos. So therefore, I'm not going to dispute it. I'm going to take their word for it. But it raises an interesting question because by his own admission, the only reason the Bandidos were at TwinPeaks in Waco Sunday was to offer him a show of support while he was speaking to the COC. Let's see where we're going with this, because there's already pictures that have been released on the internet showing him at TwinPeaks Sunday. But yet here he was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, making video from various locations around the country, doing press releases. And he would have you believe that the Bandidos are nothing more than a Sunday church group whose favorite pastime is helping little old ladies across the street and rescuing kittens from trees on the weekends, which couldn't be any farther from the truth than that would be like signing on the President of the United States. It's just no. I'm not saying this to attack the Bandidos. I'm just trying to make a point. By all accounts, he was in Waco Sunday. Waco Police Department arrested 173 people for either for being involved in the shooting and the fighting, or for showing up after the fact. And take the Riders for Christ, for instance. They showed up as the fighting had died down and didn't have any idea that anything was going on, yet they were detained for 5 hours and summarily arrested right along with everybody else and charged with organized crime and placed under $1 million bond. Here we have the publicly acknowledged leader of the Bandidos running free today. you would have think that he would have been one of the very first ones arrested, and you would think that he would have had the highest bond slapped on him, and you would think that he would still be in jail. And that, in fact, is not the case. What's up with that, America? Stop and think about it. I'm not asking you to take anything that I say as gospel. I'm asking you to just stop and think about it. If you don't know, take the time to research it. Go look it up. You know, I'm not asking you to agree with me, but it's not my job to sit there and put 50 million links in here so you can go find it for yourself. I know that's a lot to ask of American society today, but I'm asking it anyway. All I'm asking you to do is stop, think about it. Which leads me on to our next point. I had previously stated that in the Cossacks there were people from all walks of life, be it law enforcement, military, ex-military, retired officers, nurses, etc. And many people argued with me. And the same holds true for the Bandidos. Which leads us to this guy, Martin Lewis. And I have some grave concerns about Martin Lewis because he's a retired 32-year veteran from the police department in San Antonio, Texas. And one of his posts was to Vice. Some of you may not be aware of it, but San Antonio is in fact home to the largest Bandido chapter in the world. That being said, knowing anything about organized crime and outlaw motorcycle groups, you know that a retired police officer just doesn't patch into the Bandidos. So here's where the speculation comes in. Because it's already a fact that he's a retired police officer and that he is in fact a patched in member of the Bandidos. That's fact. The first thing that comes to my mind is that he was a dirty cop to begin with. Because like I said, you don't just show up as a retired cop and patch into the Bandidos. And you can bet your ass the Bandidos knew exactly who he was when they patched him in. Odds are he had already done something for the Bandidos to prove that they could trust him. Stop and think about it. So if I was the powers that be in San Antonio today, I would be taking a closer look at a lot of the cases that he's handled over the years, and it raises some grave concerns. Leads us on. I don't know if any of y'all have seen the article released by the AP, the Associated Press. It was released Friday, where they claim that the owners of Twin Peaks had brought them security footage of the shootout at Twin Peaks Sunday. I say claim because nobody's seen the video. They didn't release any video. They just claim that it was brought to them, that they got to see it. And they claim that the video does in fact show that the fighting started outside. And 2 minutes after the gunfire started, 2 minutes after, agents armed with assault rifles stormed into Twin Peaks, and that many of the occupants in Twin Peaks were already laying face down on the floor and had to assume the position. Their words, not mine. I'm just reporting what they said. They also claim that the video shows that only one gunman was firing from the patio. Various other reports also claim that there was only one Bandido associate on the patio at the time that the fighting started. So I have to wonder if that was where the gunfire started to start the whole incident. Yesterday, there was an article released in the Waco Tribune where the journalist had supposedly conducted an interview with the president of a Cossack chapter out of North Texas, who wished to remain anonymous because he was in fear of his life. His words, not mine. Now, he claims in the article that the Cossacks were indeed invited to attend this COC meeting Sunday by the Bandidos, and goes on to state that a Bandido out of East Texas had called the president of the chapter and had extended an invitation for them to attend the meeting Sunday to try and come to a peaceful resolution of the conflict that had been going on between the Bandidos and the Cossacks for a good while now. And the Cossack goes on to state that they did indeed show up, and that a Cossack was run over in the parking lot by a Bandido, and all hell broke loose. Further lending credibility to the AP's claim on what the video states. I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying that it does lend some credibility to it. I mean, even there's been conflicting reports released from law enforcement to the press on where the fight actually started to begin with. They said, at first they said it started out in the parking lot, and they don't say who ran over who, but they say that a motorcycle member had got his foot run over in the parking lot by a different club, and that's what started the fighting. And then they said that no, the fighting actually started in the bathroom and fell out into the restaurant and then fell out into the parking lot. And that's where the controversy comes in, because law enforcement has released several different conflicting stories on where the fighting actually started, which leads me back to the video. I can't remember the owner's name of TwinPeaks. I believe it was Mr. Patel. If I have it wrong, I apologize. But be as it may, if you have security footage of the incident that went down at TwinPeaks Sunday, it would be in your best interest to just release it to the media and to the public, and let the public see it, decide for themselves. Because that very video may save you on down the road. At the least, I would go ahead and file a lawsuit against Officer Swanton, the city of Waco, and the Waco Police Department, because what Officer Swanton did Sunday, when he threw TwinPeaks under the bus and had you crucified in the press, while it might not have been against criminal law, it was in fact against civil law, and you do have grounds for a lawsuit. And I would file a lawsuit and sue, like I said, Officer Swanton, the city of Waco, and Waco Police Department. And I would sue them for everything I could get. A lot of people have got onto me because they think that I'm just summarily taking up for the Cossacks, and maybe it came off that way, but that's only because I have been privy to a lot of incidents that have happened that have not made mainstream news. There's been a lot of people that tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that Texas patch and the Bandidos. Well, you can argue with me all you want to, but I tell you what, if you want to find out, just go get your vest and put that bottom rocker on there saying Texas, and start running around Texas, and let's see how long it takes the Bandidos to come do something about it. Because whether I like it or not, or you like it or not, the reality is, if you want to put that Texas rocker on your vest in the state of Texas, you're going to have to clear it to the Bandidos. Which is one of the reasons I do not ride for any motorcycle club. You won't see a patch anywhere on my vest. I don't want to have to deal with all of that. I'm a tired old man, and I assure you that if 20 Bandidos showed up, I'd be a goner. I might take one or two with me, but I'd be a goner. You know, anybody that disputes or takes the Bandidos lightly, or takes the willingness of their that they'll hurt you or kill you lightly, you do so at your own peril. No, you can rest assured there's been many documented cases of the Bandidos uh, taking care of their business as they see fit, whether anybody else believes it or not. Uh, I've extended an invitation to the leader of the Cossacks, through the few Cossacks that I know here locally, to come talk with me. And while I would ask some hard-hitting questions, I would try to be fair about it. And as of yet, I haven't heard back. I don't know if they've even got the invitation or not. Even if it's not the head of the Cossacks, send somebody that's in a position to talk about it and know about what's going on. Now, I mean, if you want your identities protected or whatever, then I'll gladly do that. But I assure you that there's a whole lot of people out here that are interested and would like to hear what you have to say about the matter. This is Vitale here at Red Barn Productions, and y'all have a good morning.